this extended family that I became aware of, I guess, in '99, I guess I started immaculately conceiving, and it was at a time such that when they were born, it was like started conceiving right around May-ish, April, May-ish, such that 9 months later, they all would be born, what year, 2000 and above. Kind of almost an omen of some sort of this year 2000 thing. This immaculate conceiving occurred right during this level 1 journey that I had back in '99, when I sort of after my morph, and then I just started psychically becoming aware that people were getting pregnant. One was Celine Dion. She was part of this group, this harem of sorts, this group of ladies that decided that they were to have my child. In '99, when I started becoming aware that I'm the true man in the Truman Show, the idea was I'm going to become famous and we're going to have a bunch of kids via regular sexual encounter. And they were so impressed with my psychic ability that they were thinking that there wasn't enough time in the day for me to mate. So, they're trying to figure out how in the world can I get 1,000,000 kids out of this guy, So they didn't know about immaculate conceiving, that I would start doing this. So I guess Celine Dion and some others got pregnant via this immaculate conception, and I'm pretty sure that Celine Dion's first kid was born, I think it was February of 2000, or it was 2000 sometime. And I guess the hard thing about I don't talk about this stuff too much, just because there's a lot of reasons, but the main reason is because if this is actually happening and I have these kids, you would certainly think that I could be a part of their lives, or that somebody would acknowledge that this is actually happening. Any father of any kid should be involved in their lives, right? So it became sort of distasteful for me it was a bad taste in my mouth, the idea that this is going on and nobody's telling me, nobody's let me talk or even talk to their kids. Even young kids, people are even afraid of me being near them. So it just was easier to just pretend that this didn't exist, that this concept did not exist, it sucks if this is actually happening, that this is the way God would intend for me to not be involved in any of these kids' lives. There was some indication of the in my show. There's sometimes people are like sort of giving verbal clues that this is actually happening. That really hasn't happened since about 2004. In 2003, I think it was 2003, I went to the dentist and they cleaned my teeth and I had a lot of blood, and so they took a blood sample and they sent it into and got it tested and to see if I'm the father of these kids. They were wondering if I had been made mention that I made mention on my website that I've been immaculate conceiving, and then there were some fathers that did a DNA test of their kid and found out that they weren't the father. So they were curious, and they did a sample of my blood. Just they're being do it in deceptive fashion to get my DNA without telling me about this, and then psychically I got wind that it was confirmed that I was the kid. So that brings a new meaning to the word Godfather, right? Then there'd be like these innuendos of, well, bringing, showing me their child. It wasn't terribly tangible. The evidence of the existence of these magic kids. It wasn't. Like I said, it was a long time ago. I did write down this website, this page here you're seeing. It was written back in 2003 or so. So you'll see that in here, I guess ladies were like thinking that I was banging them on the side or something in some kind of la la land, and so I was certainly getting the psychic wind of that, and maybe if some of them are maybe have sex, I'm not financially taking care of them, and let me see what else is here. And I guess some were even bitter, wanted to kill their kid or get rid of him because him or her because it's mine. So this was the story back in 2004. The idea which people, I guess some people were killing or trying to kill their own kid, or my kid, their kid, my kid. It was easy to disconnect myself from this magic family thing because it's because of these notions that I was getting. I'll follow the idea that I would sort of in deceptive fashion start offspringing like this, and that there would be that kind of a reaction to it. So what I mean is that that I'm in deceptive fashion getting in there, banging some lady, creating some offspring that's just gonna, I'm spreading my seed to populate the earth with my DNA, and this is foul to some. This is an idea that's very foul, and that's what I was trying to say there to clarify. But it turns out it's just immaculate conception. Although I was kidding about it in some, I call them these SPD emails, split personality disorder emails I was sending off, that I was like, having my fun time. I would joke around about it because it is actually a cool concept to be able to just have your way with some lady without having to listen to her open up her mouth. The ideal lady is a hot lady that doesn't say anything in the middle of intercourse, and yeah, it'd be kind of a cool concept if I could pull that off, but because then I wouldn't be so horny. But I was extremely horny. They figured that was just a ploy, or somehow that there's a reality and there's a non-reality. So I was in a magic world in which I could do this, and then in reality it wouldn't translate itself back to reality, and I'd still be horny. So they were coming up with excuses why I'm still horny and trying to find another lady or something. I'll just go through a little bit what's on this page here. I had ways of finding out some stats, and I guess it looks like over 80% of these I call them magic offspring, they're females, and I guess the idea here is that when they grow up, I'm assuming I won't create any offspring with them via magically or anything, so they're basically made for the guys out there, all the regular guys out there. And the instant 18 thing is this occurred in during 2002 when I found out. I think that was a level 2 journey. I have these journeys that I'm not even sure which one I'm at right now, 5 or 6 or something, but I kind of lost track of that. But 2002, I realized that, or what I could do then, it was take a baby and instantly make her 18, him or her 18, so that there wouldn't. So if I populated with a bunch of magic offspring, then there wouldn't be just a buttload of babies. They could actually raise them up instantly to 18 years old. And if some of these 80% of these moth are females and raise them up, they're maybe some of these are already. Maybe I have met. I'm guessing I have met some of these instant 18 offspring of mine. Now there's along with moth is I call it DOF, direct offspring, DOFF. That's like where I'm physically having sex with somebody and creates a kid. Then I'm not sure what level journey it was, but in 2005, about the time when I sued David Copperfield, I was in another journey where this is when I realized that I sucked in all spirits. The final spirit sucking in occurred right then. I realized that somehow I was able to do what's called direct DMOF, direct magic offspring. I also lost. I did not have a way of figuring out what exactly that meant. I lost sort of some of my stats. My ability to find out information went away at before that, so I wasn't able to find out what exactly that meant. But that there's a different flavor of the magic offspring, which is more direct now that I've enhanced in my spirituality, and now the offspring are like gods. I guess the moth aren't gods, but the DOF are. The direct offsprings are. Or there's a different flavor of what it means, what you can become. And like I say, I lost my ability to get information, so I don't know exactly what that means. There may have even been other variants of the moth DOF, like MMOF, magic moth or something. I don't know, but it's without researching it. I don't even know if I was even on anything. But there was right at that journey. I think that may have been level 4 or something. Right, that level 4 journey when I took in Satan and the rest of the spirits. It was only like a 3-day journey too. It was a 3 or 4 day journey trying to figure out what is going on now. By the way, I guess there's a competition with Satan. I guess she's able to produce moth and DOF as well. What knowledge do I have of that? I probably gonna. There's this. I guess there's like a competition involved in which who could produce more or be more powerful. See, the idea is, I guess, spiritually you can be more powerful if you produce these offspring, and I guess there's a competition of some sort to produce more DOF, more moth, It's yeah, it's kind of a movie story. I gotta get this thing marketed to Hollywood. Interesting. I don't know why I can't get Hollywood to bite into this thing. But I will say on that, I got to a point, I don't know what year, probably 2007, kind of a journey I had in 2007 where I could snap my fingers and create a billion kids in one snap of the fingers. Now I'm not sure if they instant 18'd or not, but what would happen is I would put them on some other planets in this galaxy, Earth-like planets. I'd create another planet if I needed to, and I'd put the billion on there, and somehow it'd make me more powerful. It was a way to become more spiritually powerful. The more spirits I contain, the more powerful I am. So if I needed to create more offspring, more spirits, I would just create some more children. And like I said, I'm unclear whether they instant 18 or not, but it would populate the planet enough so that they could have enough adults to be able to feed the kids or whatever. And I believe I have 2 planets, 2 Earths I created that are populated with about 6 or 7 billion people. And I haven't done that the billion kid wish in a while. It could be about a year since I've done that. Right now it's 2011 March 19th. So it's been a while since I did that. Maybe I'm due for that or something. Maybe I should give that a shot. I think I'm pretty much full on the 2 planets. I need to create a 3rd planet if I'm going to do that. But yeah, it's something I was able to do when I was in 2007. Is to just snap my fingers and create a billion kids. I did, you know. It was when it came to my attention. Okay, I'm creating some moth out there. Well, it'd be nice to maybe do a DNA test, right? But I didn't have really access to anybody, except I was told that my sister is named Carrie, but I was told that Carrie's daughter, her youngest kid, is my magic daughter as well. So this is the first time anybody's known this, except for the DNA test people. But this goes in coordination with the DNA test people. My DNA test, what's the link? DNA test, Jesus. That same company. I did a test. I was at Carrie's place, and I just quickly did a swipe of the mouth and sent it in, and it came back negative. And I believed it at first, although I questioned. I said, well, isn't there anything, because the idea of it is this my kid? And it came back negative, and I was like, well, shouldn't it be kind of close since it's my sister that's the mother? And they weren't talking anymore at that. This company is, I think I talked about it in the DNA, in that link with the DNA, Jesus, how they became suspicious big time. And I think all the DNA places about these magic kids of mine are in on it. They understand that I am producing kids via this concept and are unwilling to come forward and acknowledge the fact that this is happening. Again, this is the disconnect I make from these kids and this magic offspring thing, and my willingness to talk about it is because the conspiracy is so deep that it's a bad taste in the mouth when it comes to everybody's trying to cover this up. So So I didn't do that again. I didn't try another test of anybody again. That is until I tried a paternity test. I can't remember what. Yeah, I was. I can't remember what year exactly. I think it's 2008. Or 7, in which I did a paternity test. I asked for a paternity test with Celine Dion's kid. Got a restraining order, and asked to get rid of all acknowledgments on my website. And I guess I'm only able to post this because that order's gone now. I mean, I'm just, it's, I really don't want to talk about the bitch too much. But I just figured it's part of the story, and I figured I might as well talk about it a little bit. That it was very, very, what's the word for dis? I guess dis stands for dissonance or disrespectful. I just thought it was so disrespectful that I'm trying to get some answers from a lady who I assumed is a big portion of my show. She was head of this harem thing that, I assumed her to be a big character in this show of mine, and it was just such a slap in the face to be getting a restraining order from a main character in my show concerning an important figure, and that is who is the father of her kid. I just, at that point, I just didn't ever want to talk about this kid thing again. I didn't fight it. I just got rid of the paternity suit. By the way, in the case, what came back from the court documents was never, I wanted the words, this person is the father of this kid. Never got that. Never was told in the court document, Chris Roller is not the father of this kid. And I had been very clear. I wanted to state who the father is. The reason why they didn't make these statements is that it would be a lie, and you can't lie under oath now in my cases. So I'm pretty sure that. And I wasn't sure if the kid was mine. I wanted to find out based on the lack of information, which means that, in a sense, pleading the fifth, I'm assuming the kid's mine. And I just think that was such a, such a slap in the face for a guy that's just trying to find some answers in his bizarre world, and it was just a horrible event for me in this show of mine, because a main character like Celine Dion was doing this to me, and I just completely disrespected women at that point. I disrespected anybody in my show. It was a bad time. I mean, it was just so many things were wrong about that. That I could be the father, and the courts and everybody was going to make sure that I never got a test. There was all kinds of motions to not do the test, to get dismissed, and even Nevada law says that even all evidence of even submitting the case is not even can be shown. And I may even have to edit this video. I'm not even sure if somebody complains that I'm not even supposed to mention that I even filed a paternity suit. They got some Nevada laws or something that. So that it just sucked, and that's kind of why I didn't really ever talk about this MagicOffSpring thing. Is evidently it was so horrible to Celine Dion that her kid could be mine, that I'm going to file a restraining order. And I mean, in there it's like she's afraid for the kid's life and stuff. It was just so disrespectful.